Welcome to episode 6 of my little build. Clueless build, that is. So you can see I've done the bed head. I've done the false ceiling to hide the air conditioning, big air conditioning unit. As you remember, I'm going to run PVC pipe down here. I just haven't got to it yet. And I've built the cupboard and the sort of bed area. I've still got some more framing to do along here, and this stuff will be cut up, which will make the bed, or the lounge, C-shaped lounge and the bed with cupboards. So it took me a bit of time. I can't use the spirit level because the bus is on a little bit of a hill. It's just not like anything else I've tried before. So I've worked off that first panel there, which I cut the full length, and thankfully there was some areas where I could bolt that to the bus, which were, I guess, straight for the bus. Once I had that, then I had my 90 degrees, I had my 180 degrees, and then I could start working my angles. It was a bit of a nightmare trying to fit things in. You can see that's quite rough, but that's going to be hidden. So, you know, little things you're not going to be able to see are okay, and my cuts I've tried to be reasonably square with this little area here. You can see there's a little lip along there, USB ports plan for those areas, little lights from inside there to shine down, but the idea is we can put our phones and iPads and anything we want to charge, we can put in that little slip bit here. So yeah, then there's the C-shaped lounge, which, as you know, I'm trying to get right, but I've made this quite big. I guess you would make that about 1.5 meters. Yeah, maybe 1 meter, 1.5 meters. That does hinge. Well, it's going to. I've still got to trim it up and do all that sort of stuff, but during the day, when we're not using the table and chairs, that can be kind of a bit of a day bed. That's where the table is going to end up, and this is where we're going to sit either side of the table, which will move up and down to make the full bed. I'm actually going to hinge this as well. That'll come up. That's where the surfboard fits from the boot area, but the both will hinge up. I'll have full access to that whole area, plus I'll have full access here. So even though the bed's big, I've still got all my storage area, which I figured was quite important. So yeah, I've still got some framing to do along here. You can see how I did it. I just worked off that first height, and then I just started using the wheel wells as my base and angles. You know, a panel is going to end up coming up here, panel coming up here, which the fridge will sit against. And then on the other side will be the television, here will be the fridge. So it's slowly coming up. I've still got to cover that, and then I can build a little cupboard above there. I've still got my PVC pipes and angles to come up there to do. There's plenty to do. It's just a matter of having the weather for one. It's been bucketing down rain for a long time. And as soon as I get set up to start doing something, it rains again for a few days. So I've been just plodding along with little bits and pieces. I did get a captain's chair. Now that's very comfy. It's leather. It has armrests both sides. It does a full swivel, so you can swivel out that way. It wasn't cheap. I want 2 of them, but I figured we'd get one first. And that way my passenger is a lot more comfortable while we do a nice little drive down the coast for a bit of fun. Obviously kitchen along here still, big cupboard here where we probably store some clothes and bits and pieces. I did get the windows tinted. You can see it's quite, on the inside we can see out quite well, but on the outside you can't see in at all, which is fantastic. I will end up putting curtains across here anyway for night time. I've got no lights up the top here. I'm going to have my lights, as you know, running along here, which hopefully will reflect up onto that and give us a bit of a soft light. I don't want it too bright. LED lights can get pretty bright. So that's where I'm at, people. Slowly just plodding away. Again, it's raining, so I figured I'll do a little video catch up with where I'm at. Hopefully it'll look a little bit different when I'm all done with all this framing, and it'll look like a bit of a bed and all hinged up and polished up. That's the plan. Not too sure whether I'm going to put material on all of this yet. You know, just to try and get rid of, there's too much timber at the moment. I think too much of a timber look. I want to put some material in. I'm not too sure what colours. I'll leave that to my sidekick, I guess. So yeah, that's where we're at. Keeping you posted. See you on the next flip side.